Live from Town Square Towers at the heart of the Jersey Shore. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Get up, get out, do something. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin, 7:07, Monday, June 27, 63 degrees. Get up to 81 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio streaming live on the radio pop app and WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1162. Join the conversation. We are now joined by Barbara Lathrop. She is a board member of the Humane Societies and of Popcorn Park Zoo. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I am fantastic.
Fantastic day to visit the zoo.
Isn't every day a fantastic day?
It is a fantastic day. Yeah, we are open every day, as a matter of fact.
Every day?
Every day.
Every day. Every day ending in Y, that is. Okay, so Barbara, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Popcorn Park Zoo? What is it all about?
Popcorn Park is part of the Associated Humane Societies program. We have a shelter in Newark, our flagship shelter in Newark. Tinton Falls, we have another shelter. And then there is the country club, we call it, at Popcorn Park. We have some farm animals up in Tinton Falls, but Popcorn Park is the one that has the exotics and all the interesting animals for people to see. We do animal control for communities, all three of our facilities. We have a lot of dogs and cats right now that desperately need homes. We try to find as many homes as we possibly can. We provide medical care. All of our facilities have our own vets on staff. So when an animal comes in, it gets checked out immediately for blood work and to see how it's doing, if there's any issues. Lots of times we get animals in that are in pretty rough shape. This morning, this Keyport situation with the hoarding dogs, we have been hit with a lot of hoarders this year. 33 cats out of Union Beach, 276 dogs. We didn't get them all. We have 10 of them from the Howell situation, and we have 10 dogs from the situation in Jackson, where dogs were hoarded. They come in horrible shape. We're in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. We're out on Lacey Road, 539, out in Forked River. It's a great place to visit. It's a 6-acre zoo. We get calls from all over the world. We have a rufous fox, for heaven's sake, from Kuwait. Who would think that anybody in Kuwait would know about Popcorn Park? She was caught by dogs, had a leg ripped off, and they wanted to save her, but they couldn't return her to the desert. So she lives with us now. They flew her in, and there she is. So we have all kinds of animals.
Wow. And so Popcorn Park it's almost 40 years it's been there, right? 1977.
Yes, absolutely. We broke ground in 77.
And so you're saying, so what kinds of animals do you have? You have
in the park itself, we're trying to get away from the word zoo. Zoos buy, sell, breed animals. We don't do that. Ours are all rescued animals. So we're trying to get back to the idea of Popcorn Park or Popcorn Park Refuge. We have lions, tigers, and bears. Oh, my. And now we have baboons. We have a monkey house. We have horses, a couple of horses. We have peacocks. If you've ever been to Popcorn Park, you know the peacocks are in full tail right now. They get their tails twice a year, the boys, and they strut around and they show off for the girls. That's the whole purpose, gentlemen, is showing off for the girls. So they're out there looking pretty attractive. We also have the typical everyday animals, the farm animals. We have a couple of steer. We have ponies. We have donkeys.
Wow.
Pot-bellied pigs. You know, everybody buys a pot-bellied pig. Look at this little pig. I can carry him around. He weighs 6 pounds. Well, within a matter of months, he now weighs 45 pounds. And people very often don't make a total commitment to the life of the animal. So we get phone calls. We're also a center where people can call to find homes for animals that need new homes. If we can't take it, we'll help you get to somebody who can take it. So it's a busy, busy place.
All right. And how did you get involved in Popcorn Park?
I was raised by a mother who loved animals and got me involved right from off the get-go. My brother and my sister and I with saving animals, birds, and different kinds of animals. There was no animal control in Ocean County back when I was in high school, and then got out and started teaching in Lacey Township. We desperately needed a shelter. So I had heard about Associated Humane Societies out of Newark. I knew they wanted to build basically a retirement center for dogs and cats so that when someone passes away or someone goes into a nursing home, there's a place for these animals to live. So they came down, they took a look around. I had the mayor's kids, I had the commissioner, I had so many kids. Everybody knew Miss Lathrop in Forked River. And they were kind enough to sell us acreage up in Bamber, and we built Popcorn Park. Well, didn't take long to go from a retirement center, which we do have. We have Kitty City, where there are about 23 to 25 cats that live their lives there. And we also have Animal Haven Farm, where we, again, have about 20 dogs who live their lives there. And then we started doing animal control and putting our trucks on the road and picking up animals that needed help. Then eventually we got the zoo.
Why is it that Ocean County's always got to be where the retirement community is?
It just kind of fits in, doesn't it?
What is that? What is that?
Well, look at the climate today. It's a beautiful place, Ocean County. And it's just, you're in the Pine Barrens, which is beautiful, and it's just a great place to live.
All right. So let me ask you this.
Sure.
You personally,
Yes.
How many animals do you own?
I have 4 Shar-Peis. I work also with Shar-Pei Rescue of Virginia, but they're located on Long Beach Island. I have 2 full-blooded Shar-Peis, both with medical issues, and I have 2 mixed Shar-Peis. And unfortunately, one day I was at the shelter about 2 months ago, and I saw my staff, the staff standing in the driveway looking at a little pug who has an enlarged heart. They didn't know where to put her because you have to be careful. You didn't want her to pick up any kind of kennel cough or something. So I said, I'll take her home. So now I have 5 dogs and 2 feral cats and two black vultures who fly in for breakfast.
So you have, wait a second, hold on. So there's 5 dogs.
Yes.
4 Shar-Peis, 1 pug.
Yes.
2 cats.
They live outside because Winston won't let them in the house.
Winston is who?
My Shar-Pei boy, the only boy
Like I was supposed to know
Yeah.
Winston. You said you have 5 dogs, and you call one of them Winston all of a sudden. I'm supposed to know who Winston is.
Winston is
All right.
the boss.
So there's 5 dogs. There are 2 cats that aren't allowed in the house.
Right. They're feral anyway. You know.
Which means what? What does feral mean?
They're wild.
Oh, okay.
You know, they were raised
listen,
outside. Feral animals are domestic animals that were released and become wild.
And what is this about the ravens?
No, they're not ravens. They are black vultures.
Vultures?
Yes. They're Tennessee black vultures who have now decided.
Do they have an accent?
Not really, but they're actually quite pretty.
Okay.
I'm up in my bedroom. I look out the window and I see this bird eyeing up some chicken bones that were on the porch for the cats. And I knew it was a baby bird because it didn't have a big tail, a long tail. So I went out and I gave it cat food. Well, that was 5 years ago. So they come back. Every once in a while, they'll be sitting in a tree or looking in my window saying, come out and feed us. And that's what I do.
Wow.
They're cool.
Wow.
They're
right.
definitely cool.
Okay, so we got Popcorn Park, and so now you mentioned that Popcorn Park also you can actually go there to adopt an animal, right?
We have dogs and cats up for adoption. Thank you, WOBM, every Thursday morning. I'm on Sue and Sean's show with Pet of the Week. And we talk about different animals. It helps to get them adopted. We have at any given time about 85 dogs and about 150 cats.
Really?
Waiting for homes.
Why are there so many more cats?
Because they breed more often.
Is that true?
Cats can breed 3 times a year.
Wow.
If the situation is good. Ferals, I work with TNR. We're trap, neuter, release. We spay, neuter, turn them back. If you're feeding cats outside, please get them spayed and neutered. And there are places you can get them done cheaper than at a regular veterinary hospital, where now spays and neuters are like $300 and up.
So where do you, we did a story last week about declawing of cats.
Oof.
Where are you on that? Anti-declaw?
Awful. Absolutely no. Our lions, if you come to Popcorn Park and you watch our cougars walk around because they came from out of state, they came from Texas and stuff, and they declawed them. They can barely walk in some instances. Don't be hitting the mic.
I'm sorry. You think I usually have to yell at guests about hitting the mic, and here I am punching the mic myself. I was just so upset about the whole declawing of cats thing. And then,
well, it's very painful. It's not like cutting your nails.
No.
You're cutting muscle. There's muscle disappearing in there. We have cats that are declawed at the shelter that were turned in by people or families that couldn't keep them any longer. So adopt one that's already declawed. If that's what, if you're concerned about your furniture or whatever it is you might be concerned about, adopt one that's already. All shelters have at least 1 or 2, if not more.
Cool. All right. When we come back,
yes,
I want to talk about what kind of events and what kind of things you have coming up. What kind of things?
Wonderful.
Could we do that?
Absolutely.
That'd be awesome. We are here with Barbara Lathrop, Popcorn Park, and Associated Humane Societies. Back after this.
Wake up with Jeremy Grunin wherever you go. Download the Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Connect with Jeremy, 732-505-1160. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160, 1310, and WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. We are at Barbara Lathrop. We're talking about Popcorn Park and the Associated Humane Society. So why don't you give us some... That seems like the music was going for a long time there. No, I felt like it was still going, and I was ready to go talk. Anyway, we were. Why don't you give us a success story or two? Like, give me an example or a story that's going to warm my heart.
Okay, one of the reasons I'm taking.
Go ahead, hit it. I'm sorry.
I took the baton.
Yeah, you go.
One of the situations that we got involved in, and one of the reasons I work with the Associated Humane Societies for 38 years and I'm on the board, is because I know when an animal comes into our shelter that's in really bad shape physically, we're not just going to put it to sleep. We're going to do what we can to save it, if saving is the most humane thing to do. Vinnie Van Gogh is one of our examples. You can go on our Facebook page, go to videos, and see the story of Vinnie Van Gogh. He was brought into our Newark facility. He had been ripped up by another dog. He was about 8 months old, 6, 7, 8 months old. He was a little pit bull. Chunks of meat have been, apparently the dog must have laid on him with Vinnie on his back, ripped meat out from under his arms, broke his hips, also tore an ear off his head. Oof. The puppy was a mess. By the time he came into Newark, they stabilized him, sent him down to Popcorn, where we have 3 veterinarians and a facility where we can isolate and prevent any kind of illness from spreading. He was very septic. That was like 2 days it took to get him down there. And it took about 9 months of care. I remember one of our vets, Dr. Barris, said to me, we'll give him 4 days. If we can't stop this infection from spreading through his body, we're going to have to put him down. He was in such bad shape. Well, now, 2 years later, he was adopted by our kennel manager. He is an absolute love. He comes back to the shelter all the time to visit. You have to go on our Facebook page and see the story, or go on YouTube and just write in Vinnie Van Gogh. That's what we named him because of the missing ear. These dogs that just came in from Howell are terrified. They're little dogs. They've never been petted. 276 dogs, how can you pet them? People are calling and saying, we want to adopt them, we want to adopt them. We're not trying to give you a hard time. These dogs don't even know that petting is a kindness. So our staff is working on that kind of thing with them. Swans, we are forever rescuing swans. You know, we do wildlife where a lot of animal controls don't do wildlife, and we do it throughout the state. So after Sandy, we had 27 different occasions where swans came in. All they needed to do was to have their systems cleaned out because they're water feeders. And the oil and the debris went up into the streams where they feed. And we had a lot of problems with swans, but we saved most of them. So we're on the go constantly with wildlife. And if you have a question about wildlife, if you see a snake in your yard, you're not sure what it is, you can call Popcorn Park, ask for John, who's the manager, who knows. He's actually Dr. Doolittle. I've seen him talk to the tigers, and they talk back.
Really?
Tigers don't purr. They foof. They go... And John will go out there and talk to one of the tigers and go, and they will do it back at him.
He's the tiger whisperer.
He is absolutely the animal whisperer. It's crazy. Baby deer, ladies and gentlemen, leave them alone. Please leave them alone. Unless they're up walking around crying. Their mother comes at night. She doesn't, when they're little tiny babies, she comes at night.
Barbara.
What?
Listen to me.
It's a panic.
We need help. I just had a caller. They just texted me. They said, listen, can we get Barbara to show some passion about the animals for a second? Can you please just pretend like you really care about these animals for a minute? Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. I've never seen someone who cares, who's like into this. You can talk for hours on this, right?
I adore Popcorn Park. I adore what we do there.
So when we get back, I want you to tell us about the upcoming events.
Yes.
Right? I want to give you the magic wand so that you can make an impact on the world.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're going to give everybody the website and all the call-in information. And we can talk more about the Tiger Whisperer, okay?
Okay.
Barbara Lathrop, Associated Humane Society's Popcorn Park. Unbelievable. If you don't get the sense that she's into animals, then you're not listening. Pay attention, Hometown View and the news back after this.
Coming up next, the latest from WOBM News, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from the Jersey Shore to the world. Get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Take the show wherever you go. Download the free Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin, 7:34, Monday, June 27th, 63 degrees, set up to 81 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio, streaming live on the Radio Pup app and WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160. We are talking to Barbara Lathrop. She is the Associated Humane Society's board member of the Associated Humane Societies, and talking Popcorn Park. Animal Refuge, right?
Yes.
Animal
Popcorn
Refuge.
Park, Animal
we like
Refuge.
that.
That's our Facebook page.
That's it's under Animal Refuge. So much more humane than. How do you feel about the groups that say that zoos should be closed down because animals should be in their natural habitat, et cetera, et cetera?
That would be ideal if animals could be in their natural habitat, but then how would our children have an opportunity to see the animals that live in Africa, or the animals that live in Siberia, or the animals that live in different places? I think there's a need to stop in this country allowing people in states like Ohio, Florida, Texas from owning lions and tigers. That's why we have lions and tigers,
right? Because
you can own them there without permit. You cannot own them here in New Jersey. You bring them into New Jersey, they're going to take them away from you,
right?
And they're not taken care of. But there's a place for zoos if the animals are well taken care of and they're in a habitat situation rather than a cage or a concrete. Some of them are quite beautiful, but it gives our children a chance to see them.
Right. Obviously, after the tragedy with the gorilla a few weeks ago, there was that sparked the whole debate again about what really is the benefit of having a zoo per se, and then which probably the bigger problem was how do you let a child fall into the habitat like that? But all right, let's talk to me about I know we have a big gift auction coming up in October.
Do.
What's that all about?
That's our once a year we have a gift auction at the Toms River Elks. It's going to be on October 8th. You buy the tickets at the door. We have gotten some gorgeous gifts. We need some more. If you have a business and want to give us a gift card, or if you want to give us an item that we can use in our gift auction, we would greatly appreciate it. We have room for 300 people, and we fill that place up. The Toms River Elks provide food so that they can do their own fundraising that night, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. So come out October 8th. It'll be on our Facebook page. Associated Humane Popcorn Park is our dogs and cats and all of our upcoming events. And pretty much right now it's a little quiet. It's summertime. Right. People are going on vacations and things, including some of our volunteers. So things are a little quiet right now.
Right. Right. Although I always wonder, where are people going on vacation at the Jersey Shore? I mean, it's like, you're here.
There was a lady on this morning. I was listening to your show on one of the just talking things, and she says, I live at the Jersey Shore. I want to get away from it on vacation.
Yeah, that was right. That was in the news. I'm like, why do you want to get away from it?
Well, some people want to go to the mountains or a different place. She was going to the Outer Banks, so it's just a different beach. It's just something different, I think is what they're looking for. Me, I stay home. I love my animals. I go up to Popcorn Park, and I'm in my glory.
Very nice. Well, so while you're in your glory, let's hand you your magic wand, right? Let's give you your pixie dust, your fairy dust, your ability to make an impact on the world. What are you going to do with it?
One of the first things I would do, and this, don't laugh at me, I would sterilize every dog and cat for 5 years, so that the population of dogs and cats and the numbers of animals, even just in the state of New Jersey, who are put to death every year at shelters because no one wants them, there are too many of them. It would stop having to bring puppies in from Puerto Rico and puppies in from other states. There are too many animals, and the animals are the ones who suffer in the end. It would also stop around the world, the cruelty is just terrible. That's one thing I would really like to do, is stop all this cruelty. These animals look at you, and in their eyes, especially the dogs, it says, are you going to hurt me? Love me.
Right.
And that's what I I particularly would like to do. I'd also like to, for Associated Humane Societies in Popcorn Park, we're a nonprofit 501c3. We work like crazy. Our budget for those 3 shelters is $6 million a year. Our budget for Popcorn Park, when a dog comes in there, we have a Tibetan Mastiff that came, all his paperwork's in Chinese. He was ordered by a breeder from China. When he got here, it wasn't the same puppy he paid $7,000 for. He's cost us about $10,000 for eye surgeries. Surgery worked on his legs. He has a lot of problems, but he's a wonderful dog. The cost, our tigers, we've lost several tigers to cancer prior to losing them. It's very expensive. So I would give Popcorn Park a lot of money and Associated Humane Society so that we wouldn't have to question whether we can spend that money on that animal. Just do it. Just
Absolutely.
do it.
Absolutely. Barbara Lathrop, board member, Associated Humane Societies and Popcorn Park. Where could people learn more? Where would you direct them to if they want to learn more, if they want to give, and then give us again the address or where we can go and visit.
Okay. AHS Cares, ahscares.org is our website that highlights a lot of our animals and our cruelty stories. We have a Facebook page, Associated Humane Popcorn Park. We'll show you all our dogs and cats and activities that are going on at the facility. And Popcorn Park Animal Refuge is our wildlife. Come down we have a 480-pound tortoise named Max. You got to see him. He's a boulder. He's huge. Somebody brought him back up from North Carolina. Anyway, those are places you can go. We are on Lacey Road out in Bamber, the Bamber section of Forked River. You can tell you're approaching us when you see all the cars parked on the side of the road in the summertime, or school buses. Ask your children, because if you live in Ocean County or anywhere near where schools can make trips, they're coming to Popcorn Park. Most of the children know Popcorn Park pretty well, and that's what it's for. Teach your children compassion.
Exactly.
You don't have to love them, but don't hurt them.
Exactly. We've heard, unfortunately, I feel like in the last few weeks we've heard it's been an accelerated stories of more and more animal cruelty. And, we joke around on here a lot about the fact that I don't have pets and I don't own my own, et cetera, et cetera. But that being said, we know that we should be kind and respectful of all God's creatures, right?
Absolutely.
And that certainly goes for the animals at Popcorn Park. And listen, Barbara, thank you so much for doing the work that you do.
This is wonderful.
And it's great that you spent so many years teaching, right?
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
going from that onto something equally important for our community. Thank you so much for all you've done for the folks in Ocean County.
You're very welcome, and thank
Awesome.
you.
Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, back right after this.